What is up, everybody? Squiddish here, and today we're gonna have a breakdown of the Bioshock Infinite ending. What the heck did I just watch? Well, we're gonna figure it out, but before we start, here's the basically mandatory disclosure. If you've managed to get even this far into this video without realizing it's going to be completely full of spoilers about the game's ending and story, God help you. But I'm here to tell you, it is. So if you don't want any spoilers, you should probably go away. Now, like any good story, before we can get into the ending, we're gonna need to start at the beginning. And that starts with these tears, these alternate realities, Lutece fields, whatever you want to call them. Elizabeth reveals to us there are nearly infinite possibilities, infinite oceans or universes. Every possible eventuality exists.
Thousands of doors opening all at once. My God, they're beautiful.
The stars?
Now, in all of these universes, Booker made a choice after the Battle of Wounded Knee. He either accepted or rejected the priest's offer of a baptism. And this one decision, the defining moment in Booker's life, split these universes into two sections. The section where Booker accepts the baptism and is reborn as Zachary Comstock, and the universe we play with where he rejects it and remains Booker DeWitt.
Jesus! Wash this man clean. Father, make him
Stop
born
it.
again. Lord,
Stop it! No! Get off me! Get off!
son!
You didn't go through with
You
it.
think a dunk in the river's gonna change the things I've done?
Now let's start with the half of the universes where Booker just stayed good old Booker. He rejected the baptism and went on to get married, have a wife, and have a kid. His wife died in childbirth, but not before she produced Anna, his pride and joy. Now, Booker was a pretty sinful man. He had a lot of vices, gambling, drinking, and he got himself into a pretty monstrous amount of debt.
The drink, the gambling, and of course, Anna. And now, to repay a debt, you've come from my land.
One day, a man came to him, give us the child, and wipe away the debt. And Booker couldn't really turn that offer down. Now let's flip here for a minute. In the other half of the universe is where he was reborn as Comstock. He founded Columbia, floated off into the sky, and eventually, after an international incident with China, seceded from the United States. Now, this kind of explains why Columbia was unknown to Booker. You'd think someone would know about a giant flying city because it never existed in his universe. He was never Comstock to create it. Now, Comstock in Columbia speaks, or so he thinks, with this archangel, who tells him that Columbia will remain in power so long as his seed sits the throne. Now, here's a problem. All this manipulation with the Lutece fields, the technology that lets him walk through time and makes the city float, has left him sterile. He can't have a child.
Comstock seems to have been made sterile by simple exposure to our contraption. A theory. Just as sexual reproduction can de-emphasize the traits of each parent, so goes the effect of multiple realities on our own.
So with the help of the Lutece twins, who are actually one person, but we'll get to that in a minute, with their help, he realizes that in the realities where he never was reborn, he went on to have a child. That's his bloodline, technically. So he goes back, has Robert Lutece give Booker this offer, and buys Anna. Now, with infinite universes and infinite choice, we can assume there are probably some universes where Booker said, no, that's my kid, what the heck is wrong with you? And we can as easily assume that in those universes, Comstock simply kidnapped Anna. The point is, for every universe where there is a Comstock, there is a Booker and an Anna, and for each of those universes, Comstock takes Anna from Booker, one way or another, losing her finger in the process.
Give me back my daughter! No! Anna? No. No.
Now, Comstock raises Anna as his own child, as Elizabeth. He renames her. He leads his flock, the people of Columbia, to believe she is the magical seed of the prophet who only reside in the womb for a week, and all that other nonsense you see plastered over the walls of the city.
The seed of the prophet lay in the womb of Our Lady, but for a single week. Comstock had a child. My books never mention anything about a child.
Though in reality, 3 people, besides Comstock himself, know the truth. The 2 Lutece twins, and Lady Comstock. After the Luteces help him with his experimentation in the Archangel Towers, it gives Elizabeth her powers, that gives her the power to manipulate these universes far beyond what just the technology of the Luteces can. He kills all 3 of them to hide the truth, to make sure nobody knows what truly happened.
The prophet killed me because you wouldn't keep his secret.
Now the Luteces, well, the Luteces are pretty good with the technology they created. They may be dead in that universe, but there's infinity more, where they know what's going to happen. They know what's coming. They don't... I mean, what does killing someone that can walk through time really accomplish?
What? It's a tear. What is it?
Why do you ask what?
When the delicious question is when.
Lives, lived, will live.
Dies, died, will die.
Not a whole lot. So, unfazed by their own untimely demise, our particular pair of Lutece twins realizes they've unleashed something that probably shouldn't happen. They've set in motion events that are going to lead to a lot of death and a lot of unpleasant things, and they need to fix it. They go to Booker, in whatever universe, and convince him to come along to save the girl, to bring Elizabeth back from Columbia. Now, here's the kicker. Before the game even starts, they take Booker DeWitt through one of their Lutece fields into Comstock's universe. Now, we know from a couple of the voxophones and the kinectoscopes and things that the Luteces have just told us that when you cross through universes, your brain doesn't know how to handle the memories. You don't have the memories of yourself or your counterpart in that universe. So Booker in Comstock's universe forgets that he ever even had a kid. His brain struggles to figure out what happened.
Booker, you're bleeding.
Oh. Remember what I remember.
But he's there in Comstock's universe, and he's only got one job: save Elizabeth. Now, even with these explanations, this is probably going to get a little wonky, but try to think about it this way. There are an infinite number of universes, but all of these universes split at Booker's choice of the baptism, and were divided into pairs. For each pair of universes, there is one Booker who rejected the baptism in his universe, and one Comstock who accepted it in his. There are 2 Luteces, one from each universe. And these 2 Luteces both independently created this Lutece field technology, and since the technology is not known in Booker's universe, we can assume Booker's Lutece went to Comstock's Lutece. So I guess it's a safe bet, kind of a stretch, but that Robert Lutece is from Booker's universe and Rosalind Lutece is from Comstock's. But for this pair of universes, there is only one Anna, and that's the key to these events. Now, I think that's about enough background. Let's get back to the ending. Killing Comstock aboard the Hand of the Prophet means nothing. One Booker killed one Comstock in amongst the millions of universes, with millions of possible realities where Booker just decided not to go. He couldn't be convinced to come. He died somewhere in Columbia. There's a million Bookers who didn't succeed in their goal, and Elizabeth, with the siphon destroyed, can see this.
Not until we find Comstock.
Comstock's dead!
No. He was here. This way.
She knows that they've accomplished nothing, just like Comstock killing the Lutece twins accomplished nothing. So Elizabeth realizes this has to be stopped before it begins. Now here is the key to this. The Lutece fields allow the Luteces to simply visit other universes. Elizabeth's powers are different. She can manipulate the very universes themselves. So she ties together every universe from the pair where Booker accepted the baptism and was reborn as Zachary Comstock, and at that point in time, drowns him before it could begin.
He's Zachary Comstock. He's Booker DeWitt.
No. I'm both.
Comstock never existed in any universe, and so we see Elizabeth disappear, as neither did she. Now what of the ending after the credits? Well, that's pretty simple. With the Comstocks out of existence, what does that leave us? An infinite number of universes, with an infinite number of Booker DeWitts,
Anna?
free to live their life with their daughter, Anna.
Anna? Is that you?
Now that's still a lot of mess, a lot of time traveling, and a lot of confusion, but hopefully that at least gives you a pretty general idea of what the ending of Bioshock Infinite truly meant. Now those of you who have the game, who have completed the game, play through it again with this knowledge. Pick up all those voxophones, listen to everything. There's a lot of events in the game that knowing what actually happened is completely different. For instance, one of the big ones, the encounter with Slate in the Hall of Heroes. Knowing what you know, it's a whole new game. So get out there, walk through Columbia at least one more time, and realize that what you're doing, a million other Bookers are doing differently in their own universe. This is Squiddish, and good day, gentlemen.
What could be better than this?
How about Paris?
Paris? I don't understand. How could we get there?
That's where that airship's going, but if you want to stay and dance, we can...
No, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go right now.
But hey, don't be sad. Think about it this way. These universes are determined by choice. Every universe represents a different choice somebody made, not just chance. So, somewhere out there, there's an ocean, there's a lighthouse, there's a universe where Booker DeWitt was just like, you know what? Yeah, let's just go to Paris and buy you a puppy and go dancing and be happy forever after. That universe exists somewhere. Please make it a DLC.